So guys, today back for a video on the channel. Today we're here for the player rating from our game versus Brentford yesterday. I'm recording this on the day the game happened. I've got in now, sorted my vlog out, and if you want to go and see that vlog, I've got at the top there'll be a link in the description on the end screen. It's a really good watch. Amazing atmosphere at the end with Anthony goal in the corner, Callum Wilton penalty goal. If you want to go and see all the action of the match day vlog, make sure to watch it. But today we've got the player ratings, and it wasn't the most best performance. I'll go through it all top to bottom, judging every player as I normally do. Leave a like, boys, subscribe to the channel, and let's start off with Nick Pope. So then, Nick Pope, first clean sheet of the season, first clean sheet. I think that's the third clean sheet in 20 odd games for Newcastle. I think we needed a clean sheet in that game, and you know what, it was the best result we could ask for. 1-0 penalty win game against Brentford. You know what, well, you absolutely take it. Nick Pope for me, he made a couple of good saves to be fair, and yet again it's his distribution which is a little bit poor. Saving wise, shot stopper, fine by me. Really good performance. I'm going to give Nick Pope a really good 7 out of 10. Captain trips now. Did he get? No, he didn't get the assist for the goal. It was Gordon. He played quite well. Trippier. There was a couple of times where set pieces, there was a lot of fun. And he went, how many set pieces do we just throw away? And it's so true. The amount of times we got set pieces and whatnot, but it works for me so much better when we give the ball to Trippier and he puts it in the box first time rather than dilly-dallying on that right hand side. When he gets the ball first time, I think that's what Tripp's best. That's when he does it first time with a crossing. But first clean sheet for him this season. FPL points for me. Finally, I stuck for him for the full season. 2 points every game. Finally got that clean sheet and whatnot, and he'll be captaining his side in the Champions League in 3 days time. Honestly, it still feels surreal. Kieran Tierney today, I'm going to give him a good 7 out of 10. Defence now, Fabian Shaw. Yeah, again, another goal. I thought the defence was quite solid today. I don't think Brentford really didn't really cause me a threat whatsoever, really. I wouldn't say so. Didn't really get a clear-cut chance. It was either team, to be fair. We didn't have we had a couple of good chances and that was it. Shaw was solid. There was a time where I was getting fuming. Not with Shaw. He got put off the pitch for a head injury and the referee just didn't say come back on. We had Longstaff in centre-half for a bit. But Shaw, sound performance, really secure and done his job, didn't he? 7 out of 10. Botman now, how good is it to have him back? You could see how bad our defence was against Brighton without Botman. He's such a key player for that team, and yet again he was brilliant. He literally didn't put a foot wrong. He really didn't. Solid, yeah. Honestly, I can't say much else, and I'm giving everyone the same rating. But like honestly, from that performance, the defence, it wasn't like there were 10 out of 10 performances. It was versus Brentford. Botman's going to get a 7 for me. Dan Burn now, a couple of niggles there and there, a couple of times where he losing the ball and whatnot. In the first half, I thought he was quite poor, but grew into the game quite well. He was getting up on the pitch. People forget about it because people just easily slate Dan Burn. He made a crucial challenge in the second half. I think we were 1-0 up at the time. They were through on goal, and he slid, give them a corner. It was a brilliant challenge. It was I still want to see Lewis Hall play, and I don't know when that will be because we know how Eddie Howe loves that back five, including Pope. He loves it. Do you know what I mean? I think Burn is not going to get the same rating as everybody else. I'm going to give Dan Burn a 6 out of 10. In the midfield now, we'll start off with Bruno. He was playing as a holding midfielder today. Couple of times, yet again, losing the ball. Passing wasn't great, but there was sometimes he showed his brilliance in the game, and that's what we've missed. It was his best game so far this season, and he needs to bring that into Tuesday night or afternoon, you could say. I think when we scored, he was much better when he was a bit more comfortable. We were 1-0 up, and he could not take the foot off the gas, but he could play his style of football. The first half, he was still a little bit shaky. He was kicking the blade, not the best passing and whatnot. But in the second half, a couple of times he was just gliding past players and whatnot. There was the one annoying thing which I just don't like. He got fouled. Should have been a free kick, rightly so. Didn't get it. He just ran over and booted Onyeka, I think it was. And like, it's like, why? Like, you don't need to do that. Just get on with the game. You didn't get the free kick. It happens every week. It happens every time you play football. You got to just get on with it. You can't just sit there boot players about. But apart from that, I thought he was Bruno, 7 out of 10. And then we'll go for Sean Longstaff. I thought it was great seeing him back in the team. He obviously first start of the season, finally back in the start 11, and Did he earn his place? I think if Joe Linton's not fit for Tuesday, which we don't know about yet, I'd start him. Yeah, he was getting stuck in quite well. A couple of times, there was one time the ball dropped down to him and he just thought he had so much time, and literally 3 Brentford players just sandwiched him and he lost the ball. Sometimes along stuff, he does think he's got too much time on the ball, but you can't fault his effort. There was times in the second half and he was running past Wilton to pressure the keeper and him going back in the midfield and battling away and whatnot, and he was winning with loads of throw-ins. For me, he was one of the better players today, and fans will not say it, fans will not sit there and recognise it, but apart from that one time when he had the ball and he lost it, apart from that, I thought he was fine. I'm going to give him I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. I can't give everyone 7s. 8 out of 10 for Longstaff. Elliot Anderson now, solid performance by him. I think last season he was a lot more energetic, but I think now the reality's kicking him that he's a starter for Newcastle. He's got to work with the team and work with how we're playing, rather than just being like, pass the ball to me, I want to run with it, because that's what he was a bit like. Obviously he got dropped out of the Scotland team, but I was out last weekend and I seen him in Jaloo, which I was a bit surprised. It's one of them. I've never seen a player out, you know what I mean? I'm not saying they can't go out, I'm not fucking I didn't care, as long as they perform on the pitch. And did Elliot Anderson deserve a night out tonight from that performance? I'd say so. He can have a couple of them, but overall he was sound. He huffed and puffed all game, he really did. He absolutely grafted his socks off, but I don't think he'd really done anything influential in the game. In the first half he was very quiet, but in the second half he grew in, getting stuck in when we needed him. Played the full 90 as well, which is great to see. Elliot Anderson's gonna get a 6 out of 10. Push it to a 7. You could give him a 7, but I'll give him a 6. The attack now, I'm going to start off with Harvey Barnes. First half, I generally forgot he was playing. And fans will not sit here and slate him and whatnot because we're signing for 40 million. It's that type of player. I don't think he deserves to get slated whatsoever. There was a couple of them in the second half he was very dangerous, but we just need to see him run like what Gordon does. I think that's what we need him to do. There was a couple of times like he was on that left hand side. It was a bit like Maxi. He'll cut in, then cut in again, and then the batting position. Then you've got to play it into Bruno. Then he's got to try and find a pass rather than just running down that line. But there was a couple of times he did do that and cause problems and whatnot. There was a time in the first half. Was it the second half? I think even the second half we went on a really, really good run and the shot went off target, but overall I thought he grew in the second half much better. But does he start on Tuesday night? It's an unsure one, but I'd start with it on one any day of the week. Harvey Barnes, 6 out of 10. Anthony Gordon now, for me, my man of the match. I thought he was brilliant. He was just so direct and wanted to run with the ball, and he knew what he was doing in that game. Won us the penalty, rightly was a penalty. It was a bit like the Ryan Fraser one against Man City where he's just been swiped by the keeper. It's a pen, do you know what I mean? And played the full game as well. He done really, really well. Really, really good performance by Anthony Gordon, and obviously appreciates the farming, we were chanting and whatnot. It's just nice to see in it. Anthony Gordon is going to get an 8 out of 10 for me. Then rounded off the player ratings with striker Callum Wilton, back in the starting 11, back with the goals. You love to see it. That is number 3 of the season out of 5 games. Callum Wilton scores goals. It doesn't matter how he plays and what happens, he scores goals. Because if I've got to judge his performance, I'm not going to lie, lads, it was a bit lacklustre, but he grew into the game. A lot of that team grew into that game. When we won 1-0 up, it was a bit more comfortable than being 0-0. Couple of times Wilton was in the first half. He looked a bit slow on the ball and that, but yet again, I thought Pinnock was brilliant today for Brentford. I wouldn't say caused a problem, but he held Callum Wilton very well. It was good to see him get a full 90 minutes, getting him back fully fit. Obviously he is fully fit, but just getting them legs up and running again. I think he's 22 goals off the 100 club. I don't think he'll hit that this season, but potentially next season we'll have to wait and see. Callum Wilton for the goal itself, really good team penalty. Could have had 2 penalties today, would have scored both. Well, the other one I forgot given, but I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. And there we go, boys. That is the end of the player ratings. Let me know in the comment section, in the comments obviously, about the player ratings. Do you agree, disagree? Let me know your player ratings in the comment section down below. And today, lads, it will be a double upload. Obviously, we've got a big game on Tuesday night, and you'll see that video on the channel this afternoon or in the evening. You have to wait and see. Anyways, boys, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you all in the next one.